I love this show. I'm going to butcher the name of the show, and I'm going to avoid saying a lot of names of the characters because I don't want to butcher them as well. But stay with me. I really did love this show. Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host, Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about Gyeongseong Creature. I hope I said that right. I probably didn't. But it's a Netflix show, 10 episodes. They're over an hour each. The longest is 78 minutes. There's layers to the story. I'll try not to spoil too much. But it does take place in a time where Japan occupies Korea and the Japanese army is there. There are also rebels in the city that want to overthrow the Japanese army. That comes into play later on. But we follow Master Jang. Probably saying that wrong. I call him Mr. Info. He's the guy in the city that knows everything. He owns this pawn shop. But if you need something, you come to him. If you want some tea, you come to him. If you're looking for a person, you come to him. And there's always a price. That's his thing. He's always looking out for himself. Whatever you need, but you have to pay up. And if it's not important, he's not going to look for it. When we run into him, he's being interrogated by the police because the commissioner's like, yo, you sleeping with my wife? And he's like, nah, I'm not doing that. But the commissioner wants something. He wants him to find a woman, essentially his mistress. And she's pregnant. So he's like, I need you to find her. You have this time frame. If you don't, I'm going to take everything from you. I'm going to destroy your pawn shop and take away all your money. So Master Jang is like, okay, I got to get to work. And at the pawn shop, he has this crew. The people that work there, it's his little family. They look out for each other. But, they pass information off to other people. And that's how he gathers his information. And he's coming up with nothing, finding this particular woman. And then these detectives come in. They call sleuths in this particular show. It's a father-daughter. And they're looking for Master Jang because they're looking for someone. They're looking for some Japanese artist. And they have conversations and they decide to work together. Immediately, you can see there's a chemistry between Jang and the daughter. He's looking at her different, even though she's like that tough, hard-nosed type of woman. Don't come close to me because I'll stab you. And she's very deadly in this show. She's great. So as they're exchanging information, they learn that the woman is located in this hospital. And the hospital is run by the Japanese army. So they come up with a plan. We're going to get in. We're going to get her, get out, easy peasy. And as they go to the hospital, they start learning things and they start discovering things. People have been kidnapped. A lot of Koreans have been kidnapped and nobody knew where they went. And they're in this hospital and they're being experimented on. And they're like, what is going on? And Master Jang, like I said, he's a selfish guy. A lot of people think he's selfish. He only cares about himself. So all he's thinking about is the mission. Find this lady, I get to keep all my money. But as things start happening, you see him changing with the episodes. You see him starting to think about his people. Like I said, there's rebels in the city. He's not a part of the rebels. He kind of stays back, even though he's like best friends with someone in the rebellion. He's kind of always kept his distance. And you can see something is starting to change within him. He doesn't want to be a part of the rebellion, but he wants to, fight back a little bit against the Japanese. Oh, and then I mentioned there's a monster down there. Yes, there is a creature that's roaming around in the hospital and it's killing a lot of people. But the bad people in this particular show, Director Ichigo and this other lieutenant, he's a scientist. He's the one that's enjoying experimenting on people and trying to control the monster, essentially. That's what he wants to harness the monster and keep tabs on the monster. And every time someone comes across it, he's like, did you see her? She's incredible, right? Ooh, and he's always fascinated by the people who've seen the monster because it's his creation. And they're kind of sick. But they want to keep kidnapping people and keep experimenting with people to make more monsters. And so once Master Jang sees that, the sleuths see that, they work together even more to bring down the Japanese. And I was having a lot of fun. I waited till all the episodes came out because it came out in parts, but I waited for all 10 to come out so I didn't have to wait. And I was just really loving the characters. I was watching the growth of the characters. I was watching the sacrifice some of the characters have to make. You start learning about some of them being tortured for information. Because again, Japan occupies Korea. So it's like, if you're a part of this rebellion, tell us what you know. And it starts off slow, but then the torture is just insane. And you just watch people grow and come together as a family. You watch Master Jang's family change, essentially. And you watch his mindset change, with everything that happens in this show. And again, there's a monster in it, For me, like, watching it, I was like, this would be a cool, like, Resident Evil type show. If, Resident Evil get their act together. But I enjoyed it. It's on Netflix. If you've seen it, I'm not going to pronounce the name of it again because, I'm going to mispronounce it. But I'll write it down in the description. Anyway, if you've seen this show, which I'm not going to try to pronounce, let me know what you thought about it. Definitely check it out. It's on Netflix. Oh, watch it in Korean. There's some scenes where just emotion comes out better in Korean rather than watch it in English. Definitely watch it in Korean. But those are just my thoughts. Again, if you've seen the show, let me know what you thought about it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Deuces.